Akashanti, the real reflection of you. I wouldn't say I feel rather great today. And not great in the sense of it's not like I'm sick or anything like that. It's more so my mind is playing games with me. Part of the natural experience of life, at least in my experience. I don't know about you guys, but this is about me. It's not about you. But by that I mean unexpected little moments today, and you can never plan for the unexpectedness. And so just little, I don't know, little curveballs, I guess. Anyways, that being said, I remember reading a thing once where it's like you have like 10, you're given like 86,400 seconds in a day. And if you have like, I don't know, 600 seconds that are bad in a day, are you going to let the other 85,800 be bad? Or are you going to let that dictate that? And it's like, not really. And so, as I'm thinking about that, and as I'm like listening to myself even, because that's one of the things like I often do with myself when I can, to the best of my abilities. Like I'll talk through things with myself and be like, okay, well, blah, blah, blah. Or oftentimes I'll just pray. I'll be like, hey, God, help me with this. What have you. And it'll work for a little bit, and then it won't work usually when I stop doing whatever I was doing, whether it be the prayer or whatever. And so I say all of that because it's like these difficult moments in life that, I don't know, a curveball is thrown, whether it be something with a health issue, whether it be a relationship problem or some type of issue there, whether it be a money issue, whether it be some type of issue with career or whatever, what have you. It doesn't really matter what the actual issue is. What the real concern is that there is a concern, or that there is some like unease, dis-ease. And it's in those moments that it's like, all right, well, what's really going on here? Is this something that's going to drastically alter the course of my life? And even if it is the case, like it drastically alters the course of my life, is it something that's going to really like fundamentally adversely affect me? In other words, and even if that's the case, right? What's the real value that I can pull out of this moment? If it's something like, let's say, there's some type of, I don't know, health related thing where health is adversely affected in a very meaningful manner in terms of quality of life. So an arm has to be amputated or something like that. Well, what's the real value that I can extract out of something like that? Is there something that's like, what value could I pull out of that? Because it doesn't matter. This is what I'm learning more and more, is it doesn't matter what the experience that one goes through is, whether it's great, not great, whatever. That's not really all that important. I'm boring myself here. What really matters is the value that one extracts from that experience. Let's say a business goes bankrupt. Well, what's the value that one can extract from that experience? Let's say a relationship terminates. What's the value that one can extract? And when I'm saying one, I'm talking about really about myself, but this could be applied to you too. And it's easy to be like, oh, well, what's the value in this, right? And be like, oh, let's be all positive. What's the value out of this? Like, I'm not discounting, like, if something doesn't, like, not great happens or whatever, quote unquote, not great happens, to, like, not feel the feelings. I think the feelings are very important to feel. I'm about tired at this point in the night. But what I am saying is, for me, figure out what value can you extract from that moment. what value can you take away from that experience that in the moment may seem negative or incredibly difficult or whatever? What can I take out of that? And do the best that I possibly can to apply that new learning to the future. And that's it. That's all I can really ask you, Yakash Shinti, is learn to the best of your ability. Be cognizant and do your best. So, with that, remember, keep up, thrive, and stay sexy. And have a little bit of fun sometimes. That's a new one. Have a little bit of fun sometimes. But keep up, thrive, and stay sexy.